I think for both Kevin Clark and myself leading this study, a lot of the findings confirmed what we already knew based on anecdotal data. We knew that African American teens are very interested in digital media. They want to learn how to create with various forms of technologies. But yet they oftentimes don't have the opportunities or access to resources to move interest into actual creation.
So what that tells us is there's a vacuum. You have groups, regardless of socioeconomic status, who really want to be involved in these higher order activities, and it's just a matter of being exposed and having access to those activities.
And as a result of that data point, I found myself asking about nuances that might be unearthed if we were to be more thoughtful about mining the intersection.
This study takes us several steps closer to understanding how you can break down barriers to encourage individuals often excluded on career paths in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics spaces.
Gender at times plays a really important part in distinguishing experiences and perceptions of technology. At other times it does not, and so from an intersectional point of view, it was really exciting to look at not only gender, but also, meaning gender of the participants, but also composition of families. Whether a mother was the first person to be the point of contact as it relates to troubleshooting as opposed to the father. Looking at geography, how experiences in California compare with rural Mississippi or New York City.
One of the things that struck me and that I would love to know more about is we get this sense, particularly in the focus groups, that the young people who have a particular passion, a subject matter that they're passionately interested in and want to pursue, they have a greater appreciation for what computer technology can do to help them realize that passion.
Boys tend to see themselves more actively as gamers, identify as belonging to a virtual community that might be grounded in a video game or activities associated with it, and that girls do not.
Well, the kids have, we asked the young people in this survey where they learned about computers and technology. And kids have lots of different sources of learning, and most of the kids have someplace they can turn if they need help and want to learn more. So the kids were learning from classes at school, from programs outside of school, from their friends, there's stuff they taught themselves, they learned from their parents, they learned from their siblings. We then wanted to do some comparisons between the kids who are from lower income households and kids who are from higher income households to see where the differences are. Interestingly, there was not a statistically significant difference between the lower and higher income groups in terms of the likelihood of whether they had learned about computers from a computer class at school. So perhaps the resources there are becoming more equal. We don't know what the quality or extent of the education was. We can't really assess that, but at least there was some kind of rough equality there. The lower income kids, though, were less likely to have learned about computers from a father and from their peers. And they were a little less likely to have been able to teach themselves things on the computer. So I think it's that sort of informal ecosystem that the kids who come from higher income homes have just a richer environment of informal sources to draw on in terms of learning about computers and technology.
I think what the challenge right now is how do we create more robust formal learning opportunities, but also informal learning opportunities that allow young people to leverage that engagement with media in even more creative ways, in even more entrepreneurial ways, in even more innovative ways that position them right to be sort of the designers of their own future, the designers of the information world that they live in. I think they have the capacity and the interest to do it. Now we just need to sort of build the institutions and the support structures that facilitate them being able to do that.